Okay, I'd like to go over the user interface on the OxyMinder. So if we look at some of the parts of the screen, we have the alarm quiet button here. This touch will give you 2 minutes of alarm silence. There's actually a lock key here. As you can see, it says unlocked. If I touch and hold, I can lock that screen. I can still use the alarm, hit the alarm quiet button, but I can't go in here and change any of my settings unless I unlock it. The backlight is controlled here. I'm at full strength right now, and you got 75%, 50, 1/4, back to 100%. The alarm limits are controlled here, low limit, high limit, just by touching these arrows. Right now my low limit's set at 18, and you see I got an alarm. So very easy to set the alarms. High limit, same thing, just up or down arrows to set your high limits. And you can see I'm set at 18 and 105. As far as the screens, if I hit that gear, you can do your oxygen calibration, and we'll go ahead and do this. We can actually calibrate this while it's on a patient if we need to. What I'll do now is do off patient calibration. It says do not use this method while you're on a patient. Okay. So basically it tells us to set the blender to 100%, and I'm going to push continue. Disconnect the air supply. And continue. Connect O2 supply. I'm already connected, so I'll push continue, and now it's doing 100% cal. So basically what I've done is I'm supplying only 100% oxygen to the blender. I've disconnected the air supply so that I know that the sensor is only receiving 100%. So came up to 100%, says done. If I push continue, set blender to 21% and continue. Disconnect O2 supply. And continue. Connect the air supply. I'm connected, so I'll push continue. Now we're doing our 21% cal. And we are calibration passed. Little green bar. Now, as I said, we can actually do an oxygen calibration while the patient's on the blender. What we're basically going to do here, and I won't do it for this demonstration, we're going to provide 100% oxygen from a flow meter to this port right here when it tells us to, and then we'll do 21% from a flow meter from the wall to this port. So that way, if we feel the need to do a calibration while the blender's in use, we don't have to swap it out. We can do the calibration and then continue. Now let's look at some of these other screens. So if I actually install a new O2 sensor, it asks you, confirm that you just installed a new sensor. Since I didn't, I'm going to say no. But this way, it will actually kind of track the life of your sensor and give you an idea much longer you're going to have to last before. You should get 2 years life out of each sensor. If I go to the next screen, you've got your audio test, just testing the sound. I can back up. Sample valve test, just turns it, closes it, opens it. This is our sample valve here for our oxygen. Whoops, didn't mean to go home. Next. LCD test, just shows you all the different colors, cycles through, verify that your LCD is working. Touch screen calibration will have you point to different parts of the screen to calibrate the touch screen. Service screen will show you the serial number, when it was last factory serviced, how many hours it's been used, and how much remaining life is on this sensor. You should get 2 years on a new sensor. And then the About screen is going to show you the software version and show you our website. If I go home, the unit is actually designed to be plugged in normally. So at the bedside where you should have plenty of plugs. So there's a plug that plugs in the rear. And when it's plugged in, you get an indication here where it shows you the little plug that shows you that you're actually plugged in. Your battery indication shows you how much battery you've got. And you'll get 15 hours of life on a full charge at 100% screen brightness. If you do unplug, what'll happen is you get a notification that external power was disconnected. It's just to remind you that you are, and you just select OK. When we power off, we just hold the button on the side and then confirm. It says set blender to 60%. This is just so that we're setting equal parts air and oxygen, and done, and that'll turn it off. When we turn it on, we just touch, hold, goes through a splash screen and comes up to our main screen.